Hi, Namaskar. A very good morning. This is Ankur Vohra back with another edition of the Sunday Book Club. I'm very happy today to be reviewing a fantastic book, which I think, which really transformed my understanding of India. I started a path which has transcended my my travels till the book that I'm going to review today came in my hand. As some of you will know, I have traveled about 40 plus countries and 1,000 plus schools and all across Africa, Asia, South Asia, Middle East, Southeast Asia, the Americas. But what was missing in my travel journeys was a journey within India, uh, and to understand the land that where I come from. And this book, when I picked this book up last year in, I think it was May of 2024, it really told me that I've not seen enough of my own country to be able to confidently speak about it. And uh, and it took me on a path. Some of you know I went on a 8,000 kilometer train journey called the Jagrati Yatra, which for 15 days traversed the length and breadth of this beautiful nation that we called Bharat or India. And the book that put me on that train journey and then that train bogie with hundreds of young entrepreneurs as a facilitator was this fantastic book by Shri Shashank Mani called Middle of Diamond India, uh, uh, in National Renaissance through Participation and Enterprise. And this is an amazing book that I request all of my dear colleagues in India, especially the youth, to pick this up and read it. It's an amazing understanding of where we are as a nation as 75 years of our independence, and as our honorable prime minister speaks about the vision 2047 or Viksit Bharat, the mission that we are all on. Shri Shashank Mani is, just to tell you a bit about the author, is a very well known politician. He is currently MP from Devariya, doing some fantastic work there that we can all be inspired by. I'm personally inspired by his work, and I had the honor of meeting him. And he's also the creator of Jagrati Yatra. And when I met him in Mumbai, in Yashwant Chauhan Center, I had the honor of getting my book autographed by him. Uh, and he very nicely, asked my name and my wife's name. And he smiled and he said, if she has allowed you to go on a 2 week long Jagti Yatra, this journey is as much as yours, as much as hers. And this really shows you the depth of the man. Shashank has had a wonderful global corporate career. I mean, he has lived the world, traveled the world. He graduated from IIT Delhi, went on to work with marquee brands, lead those brands, and had an excellent global career. But he left all of that, and came back to India, came back to his roots in Purvanchal, and where he's devoting most of his time today. And and so the crux of this book is, I mean, all of us sitting in Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore always talk about the growth from a vertical perspective, and that is from a uh, uh, top to bottom approach. That has been our approach right from our independence. And even when Shashankji argues in his book, from the colonial times, the colonial powers wanted a top bottom approach where they didn't want to really deal with the masses or the hinterland of this country, and just focus on building colonial cities like Kolkata, Madras, Delhi, or Mumbai. uh, Shashankji argues with data on why it is imperative that we change that approach now and focus on middle of diamond India. He says the current system, and I can show you this nicely done uh, 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 diamond kind of an approach where he talks about the top districts, the bottom districts, and the middle districts. And again, it's like proves it with data that large population, there are about 240 tier 2 districts in this country which are being neglected. And if India has to grow into a Viksit Bharat, this cannot be allowed to go on. We can already see all around us. I mean, Delhi is facing challenges with pollution. Mumbai has its infrastructure problems. Bangalore has its traffic nightmare problems. Our tier one districts are struggling under tremendous pressure. The trains from the hinterland to these major cities cannot continue because a there is not enough scope for these cities to grow further and further. I mean, you are not going to absorb millions of young Indians who are aspirational in these, tier one districts. So you have to build tier two districts, and he again he proves it with data. I think I love the way he has, uh, you know, structured this book. He starts with part one where he talks about India beyond 75. Then the part two talks about learning from history and culture. This was a very interesting part for me, especially when there's a chapter in it's called Democracy, Two Nations at 75, where he compares US and India. What was US like when it was 75 years old as an independent nation, and what where we are. And he shows you again with data that there are so much similarities, and the challenges that we are facing are similar to what US was facing when it was 75 years old. So beautifully done book. It talks about culture. The part three talks about changing our development approach. I loved what he had to say on the youth. There's a chapter in this part of the book on the development approach, and I'm quoting him from this book, and I loved what he had to say. We cannot blame our youth for this situation if our media keeps highlighting the negative. Blaming the media for this situation is also not fair, for we are the buyers of those very newspapers with screaming headlines we later decry. If a culture of protest and cynicism overshadows the culture of building and positivity, we must seek our builders and visibility celebrate their lives. We need to make positive freedom more desirous for youthful imaginations rather than short term freedom of protest. Youth then start seeing the many issues of middle as an opportunity to channel their energies. I love it. I've seen it myself. We have to celebrate people who give us solutions rather than only keep shouting about the problems. We should celebrate people who give us solutions rather than only people who keep telling us what is wrong or the glass is always half full for them. Sorry, half empty for them. We should be celebrating people who see glass half full and they take the nation forward. Uh, as I said, this is a beautifully researched book. Shashank ji is on a mission. I had the honor of traveling with him last year, as I said, on Jagriti Yatra. I think I will recommend Jagriti Yatra, the entrepreneur train journey for any youngster out there. As a facilitator, I made lifelong friends. I have learned so much from that yatra, exploring, cities like uh, Madurai and Dharwad and Vishakhapatnam, uh, Shri city, Bangalore. It was an amazing experience. I think I will recommend Jagriti Yatra for everyone. And in that, he talks about the Banyan Revolution that Sri Shashank Mani ji is on, uh, where he speaks about a national Udyamita ecosystem that he is creating along with a fantastic team. I know Ashutosh, the CEO of Jagriti Yatra, is doing some fantastic work, and there are others like him who are now building a Udyamita or entrepreneurship ecosystem. How they are helping build, ecosystem in the Udyamita ecosystem in our tier two districts is a case study in its own. I wish them all the very best. I hope I could have supported them as much as I can, but given in my limited scope, uh, I try to do as much as I can for this mission that they are on, building India through enterprise, Jagriti Yatra, creating that ecosystem, setting up centers. I mean, the center in Purvanchal, uh, enterprise center in Purvanchal, is a case study in its own. What a beautiful work that they are doing there. And I think one of the last thing that I want to say about this book and Shashank Maniji is the sense of pride in our own roots that he uh, he brings about through this book, and then especially through Jagrati Yatra, and he has written a couple of other books too, is amazing. We need to take pride in our roots if, as a nation, we have to grow forward. So please pick this book up, Middle of Time in India, Shashank Mani. It's available on Amazon. It will transform your life if you are somebody that is looking for inspiration to build India, to build your nation. I think this is one book that will inspire you, and maybe like me, you may also get to join on that train. Although I must tell you, Jagriti Yatra, there were like 45,000 plus applications last time around, and only few lucky few like me could make it. So I think the applications for Jagriti Yatra are also open. You can check that out too. If you have any questions, I'm happy to take them on. But this is my book for this week, the Sunday Book Club. Uh, and we wish you a very, very happy Eid to all those who are celebrating. God bless you. Have a good holiday with friends and family. I will see you next week in another of my big book review. Please keep typing in your comments, keep them coming. I was very, very happy with the last time, the feedback that I shared, that was shared with me. Please keep it coming. This is your friend and host, Ankur Vohra, signing off for this week. Thank you so much.